You go to bed with a mind full of noise. You scroll until your eyes burn, feeding your subconscious with the garbage of other people's lives. Blue light destroying your melatonin. Dopamine spikes keeping your nervous system activated. Then you wonder why you wake up anxious, weak, already defeated before the day begins. You are losing the war in your sleep. While you're unconscious, your brain is processing everything you fed it in those final moments before darkness. And you fed it chaos, comparison, fear, distraction. The Stoics understood something modern neuroscience is only now confirming. The last 20 minutes before sleep are the most critical for mental reprogramming. Seneca had a nightly protocol, a ritual, a system for clearing the mind's code before shutdown. He wrote, "I examine my entire day and go back over what I've done and said, hiding nothing from myself, passing nothing by." He used sleep as a mental workshop, a time to debug the day, to reprogram patterns, to wake up stronger. Most people waste this sacred time. You waste it. But tonight, that changes. I'm about to give you the exact 3-step protocol to turn your sleep into a forge for the mind. By the end of this video, you'll know how to use those final 20 minutes to rewire your brain, to eliminate weak patterns, to install unshakable mental code. But first, you need to understand what you're doing wrong. I am about to give you the protocol to turn your sleep into a mental workshop. But this requires total commitment. If you are ready to stop being a slave to your thoughts and become the architect of your mind, I want you to comment, "I am the architect," right now. This is your contract with the Forge. Subscribe and like to signal you're serious. Comment, "I am the architect." Let's begin. The problem: your nightly self-destruction. Here's what you're doing wrong. Your last conscious thoughts before sleep are determining your first unconscious thoughts upon waking. Neuroscience confirms this. Your brain enters a hypnagogic state, the bridge between waking and sleeping. In this state, your subconscious is highly suggestible, unguarded, open. Whatever you plant in those final moments takes root deeply. And you're planting poison. You're scrolling social media, comparing yourself to highlight reels, activating envy, inadequacy, anxiety. You're watching content that triggers fear, anger, or arousal, keeping your nervous system in fight or flight. You're replaying the day's failures, ruminating on what went wrong, reinforcing negative patterns. Then you close your eyes, and your subconscious spends 8 hours processing that garbage. Is it any wonder you wake up already defeated? The Stoics operated differently. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive." But that morning mindset was built the night before, in those final 20 minutes. Seneca was explicit about his nightly practice. He would review his entire day, not to beat himself up, to extract data, to debug patterns, to reprogram. He wrote, "How sweet the sleep that follows this self-examination." Sweet because his mind was clear, organized, at peace. He went to bed as the architect of his thoughts, not their victim, and you can do the same, starting tonight. Step 1, the evening forensic, Seneca's method. The first step, review your day like a detective. No judgment, just data. 20 minutes before sleep, you sit in silence. No phone, no distractions. You mentally replay the entire day, from waking to this moment. But here's the key. You observe without emotion. You're not judging yourself. You're collecting evidence. Seneca described it perfectly. I examine my entire day and go back over what I've done and said, hiding nothing from myself, passing nothing by. Nothing hidden, nothing avoided, everything examined. You ask 3 questions. Question 1, what did I do well today? Be specific. Identify moments where you acted with virtue, where you were disciplined, where you chose strength over comfort. not to inflate your ego, to identify what's working, what patterns to reinforce. I paused before reacting when provoked. I executed my 3 daily priorities. I avoided the old behavior. That's data. Positive code you want to strengthen. Question 2. What did I do poorly? Again, no judgment, no shame, just observation. I reacted with anger instead of pausing. I wasted 2 hours on distractions. I gave energy to people who drain me. That's also data. Bugs in your code. Patterns to debug. Seneca wrote, I prosecute myself as both accuser and judge, not to condemn, to correct. Question 3. What will I do differently tomorrow? This is the programming step. You take the bugs you identified and write new code. Tomorrow, when provoked, I will pause for 2 seconds before responding. Tomorrow, I will block distractions by working in airplane mode for the first 3 hours. Tomorrow, I will decline the social obligation that drains me. Specific, actionable, programmable. Marcus Aurelius practiced this nightly. Despite ruling an empire, he would review his day against his principles, not to dwell on failures, to extract lessons, to wake up with clearer code. Here's what this does neurologically. Your brain consolidates memories during sleep. What you review before sleep gets prioritized for consolidation. By deliberately reviewing your day, you're telling your brain, these are the patterns that matter. Strengthen the good ones. Debug the bad ones. Your subconscious then spends 8 hours processing that, rewiring neural pathways, installing new patterns. You're literally reprogramming yourself while unconscious. But only if you plant the right code before shutdown. The evening forensic is that code. Here's the protocol. 20 minutes before sleep, sit in silence. No phone, no screens, just you and your thoughts. Mentally replay your day from start to finish. Ask the 3 questions. Write your answers if it helps. What went well? What went poorly? What changes tomorrow? Then release it. Don't ruminate. Don't dwell. You've extracted the data. You've written new code. Now you rest. Seneca wrote, as soon as I have put the light out and my wife has become silent, I examine my entire day. His wife silent, the world quiet, just him and his mind. That's the evening forensic, the first step of nightly reprogramming. Step 2, the hypnagogic command. The second step, give your subconscious a direct command as you drift into sleep. This is where it gets powerful. You've done the evening forensic. You've identified what needs to change. You've written new code. Now you install it. As you lie in bed, in those final moments before unconsciousness, you give your subconscious a single, clear command. Not a wish, not a hope, a command. This leverages what neuroscience calls the hypnagogic state, the twilight between waking and sleeping. In this state, your critical mind shuts down. Your subconscious becomes highly receptive, suggestible. This is why affirmations before sleep can be powerful, if done correctly. But most people do them wrong. They're vague, desperate, unconvincing. I will be successful. I will be happy. I will be confident. Your subconscious doesn't respond to that. Too abstract, too weak. The Stoics used something stronger, a direct command rooted in identity. Marcus Aurelius would remind himself as he drifted to sleep, I am a rational being. I act with justice, courage, temperance, and wisdom. Not, I hope to be. Not, I want to be. I am. Present tense. Identity statement. Command. Here's how you use this. After the evening forensic, you've identified one pattern to change tomorrow. Let's say you identified, I reacted with anger instead of pausing. Your new code is, tomorrow, I will pause before reacting. Now you convert that into an identity command. As you lie in bed, eyes closed, body relaxed, you repeat internally, I am calm, I am deliberate, I respond, I do not react. not future tense, present tense. You're not programming a future you. You're installing a current identity that your subconscious will execute tomorrow. Repeat it slowly, with conviction, as you drift into sleep. Let those words be the last conscious thought before darkness. What happens neurologically? Your subconscious receives this command in its most receptive state. It accepts it as instruction. During sleep, your brain rehearses this identity, strengthens the neural pathways associated with it. When you wake, that pattern is stronger, more accessible, more automatic. You've literally installed new code while sleeping. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The hypnagogic command is you saying to your subconscious what you will be. Then your subconscious spends the night making it so. Here's the protocol. After the evening forensic, identify the one pattern you're changing tomorrow. Convert it into a present tense identity statement. As you drift to sleep, repeat this statement internally, slowly, with belief. Let it be your last conscious thought. Examples. I am disciplined. I execute my priorities before distractions. I am sovereign. I control my reactions completely. I am focused. I protect my attention like my life. One command, repeat it as you fade, installed while you sleep. This is the hypnagogic command, the second step of nightly reprogramming. Step 3, the blanket of Amor Fati. The third and final step, surrender to what happened. Sleep in absolute peace with fate. This is the final layer, the seal that completes the protocol. You've reviewed your day. You've given your command. Now you release everything. Total surrender. Complete acceptance. Amor Fati. The Stoics understood. If you go to bed carrying resistance to what happened today, you carry tension into sleep. Your body cannot fully rest. Your mind cannot fully process. You'll sleep poorly. Wake up tired. Start tomorrow already drained. Marcus Aurelius practiced nightly acceptance. He wrote, accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs. Whatever happened today was always going to happen. Fighting it is insanity. So you accept it, completely. You wrap yourself in Amor Fati like a blanket, and you sleep in peace. Here's how. After the hypnagogic command, you shift to acceptance. You say internally, everything that happened today was exactly as it should have been. I accept it completely. I am at peace with my fate. Not resignation. Acceptance. Resignation is defeat. I guess this is just how it is. Acceptance is power. This is how it is, and I choose to be at peace with it. You review the day's difficulties, the failures, the disappointments, and instead of carrying them as burdens, you accept them as data, as training, as fate. I failed at that task. I accept it. I learned from it. I release it. That person disappointed me. I accept it. I adjusted my expectations. I release it. I made a mistake. I accept it. I identified the pattern. I release it. Everything gets the same treatment. Accept, learn, release. Seneca wrote, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Today's friction polished you. Accept it. Be grateful for it. Then release it completely. What happens when you do this? Your nervous system shifts from fight or flight to rest and digest. Your muscles relax. Your breath deepens. Your mind quiets. You enter sleep from a state of peace, not tension. And sleep quality determines everything. Deep sleep is when your brain consolidates learning, repairs neural damage, processes emotions. If you enter sleep tense and resistant, you don't get deep sleep. You get fragmented, shallow sleep. You wake up exhausted, mentally foggy, emotionally fragile. But if you enter sleep in Amor Fati, completely at peace with what happened, you get restorative sleep. Your brain does its work. Your body heals. Your mind reorganizes. You wake up refreshed, clear, strong. Marcus Aurelius, despite the stress of ruling an empire at war, slept well. Because he practiced this, he accepted his fate completely every night, released the day's burdens, slept in peace, and woke ready to face the next battle. Here's the protocol. After the hypnagogic command, shift to acceptance. Review anything still bothering you from the day. For each item say, I accept this. I learned from this. I release this. Feel the tension leaving your body as you release each item. Then wrap yourself in the final thought. I am at peace with my fate. I sleep in gratitude. Let that peace carry you into darkness. This is the blanket of Amor, Fati, the final step of nightly reprogramming. The complete protocol. Here's the full system. 20 minutes before sleep. Step 1. The evening forensic sit in silence. Replay your day. Ask 3 questions. What went well? What went poorly? What changes tomorrow? Extract data without judgment. Step 2. The hypnagogic command. Convert tomorrow's change into a present tense identity statement. As you drift to sleep, repeat it internally. I am the identity. Let it install while you sleep. Step 3. The blanket of Amor. Fati, accept everything that happened today. Release all resistance. Say, I am at peace with my fate. Sleep in complete surrender. This is the protocol Seneca used, Marcus Aurelius used. The protocol that turns sleep into a mental workshop. Most people go to bed as victims, scrolling, ruminating, resisting. They wake up already defeated. You're going to be different. You're going to use those final 20 minutes to become the architect of your mind, to debug weak patterns, to install strong code, to sleep in peace, and to wake up as someone stronger than yesterday. The challenge. Tonight, you implement this protocol, not tomorrow night, not when you remember. Tonight, 20 minutes before you plan to sleep, you begin. No phone, no screens, no exceptions. You sit in silence. You run the evening forensic. You give the hypnagogic command. You wrap yourself in Amor Fati, and you sleep as the architect. Do this for 7 nights. Just 7. Watch what happens. You'll wake up clearer, calmer, more focused, because you're no longer feeding your subconscious garbage before shutdown. You're programming it deliberately, strategically, powerfully. Seneca wrote, how sweet the sleep that follows this self-examination. Sweet, because your mind is clear, your conscience is clean, your code is debugging. You're not running from your thoughts, you're architecting them, and that changes everything. The forge never sleeps, but you must. Use tonight to rebuild. Subscribe to Stoic Forge if you choose mastery over mediocrity. And remember, you are not the victim of your thoughts. You are the architect. Tonight, you prove it. Good night, architect. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius, build better thoughts. Sleep better, wake stronger. The protocol is yours. Use it tonight.